Okay, good morning. Ran afoul of a Windows update on the second computer that I use for streaming, and things went amiss. Good morning, Mikey. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Like, I went to the Silken Thread. I kind of feel like I should head back to the wherever it is that we started. Is there something to do with the markets? Kill Remian. Let's see what we got going on here. I don't want to deal with crummy enemies. Windows really is obnoxious. Yeah, it bothers me that I can't just bypass it and tell it to do it later.
Let you hurt my friends. Surrender or else.
Ooh, she got him. Nice. So I did do a bit of a
strike as one.
A check on some of these characters. Yeah, that was probably. Oh, he just ran right past her, so that's good.
Into the fray.
Ooh, damn. All right.
Cover me, all right?
Sweet. Yeah, so some of these characters are actually not too bad, because I was a little confused as to there are no more reagents at this location. All right, well, let's go back to Defender's Heart. Yes, I want to enter this location. The absence of an answer is an answer too. What do you rush? If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. Come on now, you're not getting elite here, son. And no, I am not a Rush fan, but lots of people are for reasons I have yet to determine. Alright, so there's a lot of folks up in here. Let's go zoom in, zoom out. What was the zoom in, zoom out? Okay. What's going on here? I know, right? These days, the only thing you need to do to turn in your Canadian card is not like the tragically hip, which I also don't do. Defender's Heart greets you with an unexpected liveliness. Beyond the walls of the tavern, the once bustling and festive city lies in ruins. But somehow, none of it can be felt within these walls. The people in the room are talking, laughing, raising toasts, even softly singing. It doesn't look like typical tavern revelry, but nor is it the grim vigil in recent days. Ciel waves to you. She is sitting at a table with the trio met previously, the knight, the half-elf, and the red-headed halfling. Misha Collins, come. Let me properly introduce you to Elon, Yana, and Curl, the fearless warriors of the League of Inspiring Cart. Sela pushes a mug of beer towards you and speaks softly. It was me who convinced Irabeth to use what Yana, Curl, and Elfin found for a little party. If you look out the window, you might think the end times have come and the abyss has devoured us all. I thought some simple pleasures, good food, and good company could help keep the gloom at bay. Looks at you hesitantly and is trying to gauge your reaction. I understand we need to continue living and fighting, however hard that might be amidst the chaos that has befallen the city. I'm going to declare my support for Seal's decision as well. Experience tells me that we should shed no tears until after our victory. We start to mourn the fallen while the battle is still raging. We'll be jeopardizing all our efforts. Now is the time for rest. We'll bury the dead after the last demon has been driven from Cannabis. Elon of the Hound Hearts. Are you going to just sit there grim faces? I say we get to know each other a little better. Tell me about you and your order, Elon. The story goes not very entertaining. I was born far to the south in Andoran. I lost my parents early, led the life of a simple mercenary, but often questioned the path I had chosen. I'm proud of my sword skills. I enjoy training and drills, and I'm not afraid of battle. But risking my life for coin, it takes a special mindset to choose that lot with no regrets. You have to want to risk your blood. I saw too many of my friends die, and I wondered if it was worth it. So in the end, I decided to choose another path. Now, if I'm going to lay down my life, at least it will be for a good cause. That's how I ended up in Mendev and became a squire for the Hound Hearts. It's a small order. By tradition, it has never more than 12 members, and new members only knighted after the elder dies. I've been serving in the Eagle Watch long, Jenna. I signed up 4 days before the demon attack. Am I lucky or what? Let's out an overly boisterous laugh. I'm an apprentice of a famous fencing master from Avon, and I learned a thing or two from him, believe me. I soon got bored of fighting off bandits and getting involved in petty squabbles with the bickering river kingdoms. I wanted a proper challenge, and you can't find a better place than Mendev. And what do you know? The moment I arrived, the demonic invasion began. My father would say it's no accident. Fate brought me here. What about you, Curl? How did you end up amongst the condemned? I just did what everyone else was doing. I grew up in the slums where everyone stole a little, or maybe smuggled, or guarded stashes, so he stares through his mug gloomily, but I never killed anybody and never did anything really bad. I got caught stealing, and when they made me choose between prison and the condemned, well, of course I didn't want to go to prison. I'm not that good of a fighter, but as Norgorber is the once mortal god of thievery and assassination. As my witness, a thief can also be useful in the war against demons. I've always been a good scout. I can sneak under the nose of any monster, but I don't know where my friends are now. We've got separated and the demons rampage through the city. Chin up, friend. Whoever you were in the past, you're a friend now, and a crusader. Your skills will be useful to us. Let's see. How do all of you know Sela? I met the noble sister on the road to Cannabis. I was returning from the south from my fiancé and was happy to be in the company of a paladin of Yamade. We said our farewells at the city gates, and I went north, along the road to Dresden, up to my order's camp. Lon's face goes grim at the mention of the camp. The demons attacked us there, and the same time they struck Cannabis, but we managed to fight them off. We hurried to the city's aid and joined forces in the Eagle Watch. All my fellow Hound Hearts were wounded during the battle in the streets. I'm the last knight of my order who could still fight. It's good to see Sela again. Every loyal heart counts these days. I met Sela at a tavern in Cannabis. Before the attack, of course, she was one of the few who would sit at the table with the condemned. Knights usually don't even look at us, but Sela is different. I knew at the moment I saw her. That was Curl. And Gianna says, that's what made me notice Sela too. So I sat down to talk to her. I never understood why everyone treated the condemned so horribly, and I still don't. Our Curl is a great lad, so after that night, Sela and I went to the taverns together every day. Mendev is an amazing place. People from all over the world come here for glory, redemption, or to help those in trouble, and they always find each other. This might be the best place in the world to find like-minded people and friends. That was a toast in case you didn't notice. Did you call me over just because, or is something the matter? Didn't want to talk about today's celebration. You see, Elon is in trouble. I wanted to help him, and I don't know anyone else in the city I can turn to. His fellow knights were all wounded in battle. Bad idea, sister. I told you I don't want to bother anyone with my problems. I need to handle them on my own. Oh, come on. Handling your sadness from your friends is no way to live. Pearl's right. Misha Collins helped me find you. Without his help, I'll be looking for you all over Cannabis. So long. Stop being so stubborn. Tell me more. The young knight shakes his head. In all truth, I do not wish to impose. My problems are just minor troubles. A paladin of Yamade and her friends certainly are more important things to do, especially now that Cannabis has been overrun with demons. If I've learned anything in life, it's that nothing minor good about good or evil. Celia begins seriously with a smile lights her face. Take the three of you, for example. It seems like all you did was save one cart from lesser demons, but look at how many people are happy now. That people will never be sung of in songs, but who knows, maybe thanks to this one joyous hour of peace and rest, the defenders of cannabis will find the strength to protect the city. Celia catches her breath. Talk too much, don't I? Well, Sir Erlon, I want to help you, and my reputation as a holy warrior of Yomade won't suffer if it's more than a minor adventure than a glorious feat. The knight sighs and seems a little embarrassed. All right, I'll explain. The life of a crusader has given me more than a just purpose and a chance to serve a righteous cause. When I abandoned the life of a mercenary and became to Mendev, I gained something else I never expected. It's here that I met. May all the ladies here forgive me, the finest girl in all the world. It's a miracle she found any love in her own heart for a bungler like me, but I'm not about to let this miracle go. Not even the demon lord Iskari and all his demon army can stand in my way. Lucky my beloved is now safely away from Cannabis. For half a year, I've been getting up my courage to propose to her. I even ordered a ring from Derek Sunhammer, the best jeweler in Mendev. Independent knightly orders live mostly off donations. I'm not what you call rich, but I still want to make Kiana happy. Oh, it took me 3 months to find a jewel in the same shade as her eyes and twice that long to scrape together enough money. Master Derek's worth was worth it, but I lost the ring during the demon attack and probably never find a worthy replacement. The ring is most likely still in the Houndheart's camp outside the city. Alon and his friends didn't have time to pack up their camp. First the demons ambushed them, and then they rushed off to help Cannabis. I think we should at least go there and check. Right now, of course, but in this situation, the city is under control. Where could we run into this camp? My friends and I killed 2 large demons attacking a camp, then rode straight to the city without spending any more time cleaning up the rest of their band. It was only a few imps, but they might still be at the camp. Of course, this was a while ago. Our camp was attacked at the same time as the wars on this main square, and I haven't been back there since. Fine, well. Celia puts her hand on your shoulder. Thanks for agreeing to help. Ilon is a good man and a true knight, and I think we will repay those who are so devoted in doing good. Let's help him so he can propose his beloved the way he wanted. Hope we can convince Irabeth to let me go when you do this. I don't want to be part of my friends. Of course, as the League of the Inspiring Card has come together in this dark hour, we must continue onward together. Friend in need is a friend indeed. Okay. There's Ninio. Staunton Vane. Let's go. Let's see if I remember where everybody is in here. Guess the angle's changed a little bit. Where's the... There he is. Show me what you have. Potions of Cure Light Wounds. There we go. Again, I'm just not so certain what any of these things are for. Not sure how I picked up this club or that rapier. Don't need that. Just pick on that. Master Hermes won't need that. Okay. Deal. Okay, I don't think he's got anything else. I think this is all the junk we just offloaded on him. Yeah, it's fine. portion of a line weapon. That's interesting. Just okay, so what else have we got in here? And so that's what she's got. Okay. Alright, we gotta level her up. Next. 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 Nice. Alright. So let's see what she's got. We'll keep her equipped just to be sure. What's she wearing? Medium armor. Light armor. I guess that's not any better than what she's wearing. Actually gonna get rid of that, and I'm gonna give her should probably just give her the cold iron rapier. I don't feel like giving her anything good. What's this now? Oh yeah, that's not helping us at all. Alright. Is there a way to rest in here? So the problem I'm running into, actually I should get rid of these. These I don't think are helping me at all. So this. It's the single click throws me off quite a bit. And I'll drop some of this stuff off. I don't know I'm gonna need. I'll keep the club of nails in it. I can't help but feel that the dark horn is gonna have use. The kukri. Don't know why I didn't sell this short bow. I was certain I did. Just toss the master with greatsword in there. Put that one in there. Again, the rest of these are just gotta keep them handy. Toss that in there. I think these are all ingredients. Should significantly lighten the load. The elf in front of you is young, still an adolescent by the standards of long-lived folk. A child's carefree smile plays on her face, and her wandering eyes regard you for just a moment before darting off into the distance. Terrible scars cover her body, and a few of her fingers are missing. A crow sits on her shoulder, observing you with its clever black eyes. Tell me about yourself. Well, they call me Ember. I used to live in the River City, and now I walk with you. That's my story. Why do they call you Ember? I've had many names. When I was little, Mom and Dad called me Dove or Cricket or Kitten. Dad called me his ray of sunshine. And when my mom was cross, she'd call me a long name, a grown-up one. I can't remember it, no matter how hard I try. Then when I came to live in the River City, the good people called me different funny names, like Amber or Torch or Smoky. I don't know why. They called my bird brain because I have a crow. They called me Lucky Seven because of my fingers. She raises her hands, the middle finger in her right hand, and the two smaller fingers on her left are missing. That's awful. They sometimes called me grilled meat and said I was stupid, but I didn't feel hurt. I mean, they're right. I really am silly. I didn't mean to hurt me. I like ember. It's a good word. Embers are like people. On the outside, they're gray and cold like stones, but they're warm inside. You can blow on them and they'll start a fire to help you survive a cold night. And that's wonderful, isn't it? Ember it is. Where are you from? Far away from the flower country. The girl gestures vaguely off in the distance. It's so beautiful there. Everyone, there's flowers blooming, golden towers and waterfalls, and everyone is like me with pointy ears. There's no brown-eared people, no short ones, no horned heads. We live there together, me, mom, and dad. Mom and Dad argued a lot. Dad used to say all the good people should go to the crusade and fight the demons, and Mom said he was silly because it was so far away and none of our business, and that he shouldn't abandon his child. She meant me. But he didn't abandon me. He took me along. He said that I was born the same year that the hole in the demon world opened. He said that it was a sign that I could be one of the heroes to close it. Of course, I'm not a hero, but I'm here anyway, helping as much as I can. Where'd you get your scars? It happened by accident. My dad and I came sailing down the river to join the crusade. Dad said that all the good people were going to the world wound to heal it. He said that the crusaders were the best people in the world, and together we were going to win. But when we arrived at the river city, the crusaders got everything mixed up. They thought my dad and I were bad and decided to burn us at the stake. My dad died and I cried so loudly that one good night realized it was all a big mistake. He started yelling at all the other crusaders, even the one in charge, and then walked right into the fire and got me out. The others wanted to stop him, but he took out his sword and scared them away. The kind knight took me over to a healer. I later learned that while the knight was pulling me from the flames, he himself was burned so badly that he died not long after. But I'm still alive, a few fingers missing, and my skin is funny, but I lived in the river city ever since. I never had my own house, but I had many friends, and then the demons came in and I met you, and you know what happened after that. Is it really so easy for you to forgive them? I'm not sure I could be so merciful. No one can say how much good or evil they have in them. No one can see in their own soul. Ember smiles and tilts her head. She's inquisitive look wanders over your face as if she's trying to look into your soul. No one knows until it's time to check. Do you worship any deity? The girl shakes her head in an unwavering smile. Dad taught me to pray to Yomade. He said she was a kind goddess and she called people to crusade against evil. The knights who burned my dad had me worship worshipped her too. They even lit the fire with a prayer to her, and she did nothing to help us. But then one kind knight, alone without any gods, changed his mind and saved me. I think the gods are the same as us. They don't understand anything and they're scared of everything, so they hurt themselves and the rest of us. People worship the gods only because they're afraid of being responsible for themselves. And the gods listen to the praise and they become smug and arrogant and begin to believe that they're better than us, but they're no better. They're silly sinners just like the rest of us. Sometimes I pray to the gods, different ones, the good ones, the bad ones. I ask them to stop fighting and hurting each other. I don't know if they ever hear me, but if they do, I mean, the knight who wanted to burn me, he was able to change his mind and do a good deed. If he can change, maybe Baphomet can too. How did you survive on the streets? The elf shrugs. There are many good people in the river city. When I sang for them in the street, they'd often give me coins or bread or sometimes even clothes. I shared everything with the other homeless, and they showed me where it is safe to sleep, where I could get out of the rain and cold, where I could find discarded things. When the demons destroyed the river city, I looked for my friends and found no one. They probably all died. The homeless have no supplies or weapons, no basements to hide in, and the knights won't protect them either. Knights are like gods, so self-important. They're saving the world after all. What do you care? What do they care about the homeless? Still smiling, the girl shrugs. Where do your magical powers come from? These tricks, I have them from my grandma. She used to be my father's grandma, and before that, his father's. I've never seen her myself, but she's very clever and kind. When I live in the street, sometimes she felt food for me and a blanket in the winter. Sometimes I feel her stroking my hair as I fall asleep, but I open my eyes that there's no one near. She's also sent me soot. She scratches the crow's beak and the bird grumbles happily in response. She tells Soot how to do different tricks and Soot teaches me. Lore religion check. It appears that Ember doesn't know exactly what gives her these powers, but you can guess from her words that her patron is Andaletta, a powerful archon, one of the Imperial Lords, also known as Grandmother Crow. Thank you for your answers. Oh, not at all. I didn't really tell you anything. You're always so cheerful. How do you manage to remain so hopeful when you're surrounded by such horror? Hope? She tilts her head and continues with a smile. No, hope is a lie. What should we hope for? The world is in the hands of demons. The gods can't help, or they don't want to, or they forgot about us altogether. People would know that they're about to be eaten by demons, but they still quarrel with each other and fight and steal. There's no hope, only us. I have to go. So go. The elves watch you with a radiant smile as you leave. That is some sad crap right there. Damn. Boy, am I pleased with you. I asked you to bring me to safety, and that's exactly what you did. Indeed, having a follower to aid me is most efficient and frankly pleasing. With you on hand, I shall conquer new horizons, plumb the depths of knowledge hitherto unknown, and scale the dizzying heights of future discoveries. Neo stops to catch her breath. Hey, 69 experience. Nice. What I mean is, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude. I foresee immense potential in our future. Do you always express your delight so effusively? What? Who are you? Nino stares at for a while, bewilderment in eyes, but then it is replaced by recognition. Oh yes, new follower. What am I supposed to do? Oh yes, I must provide some verbal encouragement for you for your as yet modest achievements. Try to induce you to strive for more of such encouragement. That is the principle that underpins any training. He frowns, but only for an instant. I see your modest nature was unsettled by the overabundance of my gratitude. I do apologize for putting you in such an awkward position. I will never praise you again unless I forget. Oh. Well, let's get back to business at hand. Your new assignment will be to take me to the inconspicuous ruins that are located in an even more inconspicuous valley lying between Canterbury and Dresden as soon as reasonably practicable. Practicable? I'll mark the place on your map with a large red cross so you won't forget it. What's so special about these ruins near Canterbury? I'm glad you asked. This is my greatest hypothesis, my secret project, and I won't pass up the opportunity to share it with you because you're my most loyal follower and you are worthy of possessing such knowledge. Nenio rubs her nose. Also because you were the first person to ever ask me about it. Some time ago, I was walking around the border of the world wound and I met a strange person. He was wearing a frayed gray robe and his face was hidden behind an odd white mask. Of course, I didn't miss the opportunity to ask him about the reasons for his absurd appearance, and you know what he said to me? He said, I am the answer, what is the question? Then he walked off in the direction of the world wound. The next day, after I had already forgotten about the first encounter, I had another similar encounter. This time I met an elven woman, judging by the pointy ears sticking out from behind the mask. I am the answer, but what is the question, she said, before taking off down the world wound. And then I realized everything became clear to me. I know a mystery when I see one. Consider this one of my myriad talents. Nenio rubs the tip of her nose. After all these geysers weren't simply on their way to costume party, were they? After examining several maps, I determined they were all heading in one direction, to a place not far from Canterbury, a place which is marked as nameless ruins, even on ancient Sarkorian maps. And that's where I need to go. Unraveling the secret of that place will be my greatest discovery. It will secure my place in history, or perhaps even in legend. How do you know where we have to go? Do you know how to find a beehive in a forest? You need to catch 2 bees, set them free in 2 different locations in the forest, and remember the directions they fly in. Then you can make a map and draw lines showing the bees' routes. The place where the lines intersect will mark the location of the beehive. Fascinating, yes? By the way, forest bees do not make any honey. I used the beehive principle here too. For a couple of months, I tracked the strange people in the masks and observed the direction in which they were traveling. I collected the coordinates, mapped their estimated routes, and made a discovery. All the routes intersected at the nameless ruins not far from Canterbury. What do you expect to find there? I haven't the slightest idea. I knew when it was hidden there, I wouldn't be so eager to go. These ruins aren't very far from Canterbury. You can easily get there all by yourself. Why do you need me? Nenio's eyes seem ready to pop out of their sockets in surprise. Don't you see? This is a legendary secret place. Who knows what may happen to me after I lift the veil and uncover the working of the universe. My mortal body may be unable to contain all the knowledge, or perhaps I will ascend and become equal to the gods themselves. I need you to write down everything that happens and report my fate to the interested parties in Absalom. And don't forget to praise me as I deserve while you're there. You know, these ruins of yours may be just that, ruins. In that case, we'll write this experiment off as a failure and start another one. I don't know which experiment I'll try next. That's all I wanted to ask. Well, now you know. So off we go. Nenio front. Did I just make a rhyme? Perhaps I'll discard poetic talent myself. Let's conduct an experiment. Quickly say any word and I'll try to rhyme for right away. creation, crustacean, cogitation. At the rest rhymes, don't you think? Well, this experiment was unsuccessful. Remember that I have no poetic talent after all. But it's no reason to despair. Having a gift for poetry in addition to my inexhaustible intelligence would have been a little too much. Besides, I am catastrophically busy and have no time to spend on writing poetry. I don't like it when you call me boy. My name is Misha Collins. On the grand scale of world history, your name is relevant. I have no reason to remember it. See, the brain of any given individual can only contain a limited amount of facts. I only expend my memory on things that are truly important. The laws of thermodynamics, divine esoterica, planar geography, things that will lead Galarian into a brighter future. Any rubs her nose. Besides, what if I make a great discovery, but I won't be able to remember it because the memory is full of outdated, useless information? What a nightmare that would be. What a loss for a whole of Galarian. But you do remember your own name, right? So that I can put forth the author's name in my encyclopedia. Are there any names worth remembering? There are, and to my deepest regret, there are too many of them. Heaves a sigh and bereft with grief-stricken old man. The names of gods and demigods, the names of rulers, conquerors, and other persons, by some reason deemed great by the people of Galarian. They etch their names into history, and alas, every self-respecting, educated person must know them. But there are some names I'm happy to remember. Great scientists, some of them divine, others mortal, true keepers of knowledge and experiments, and great experimentalists, the pioneers of knowledge. Iori, Nethys, Arila Vorlesh. Arila Vorlesh opened the whirlwind. She's the betrayer of humanity. It's her fault that demons invaded Galarian. Oh yeah, she is the greatest of the greatest. Just imagine, she managed to open a rift from Galarian to the abyss. No one knew how, no one believed it was possible, no one even dreamed of such a thing, and she did it. It was an experiment of the century. Nina wipes a tear from her eyes. I would have been so happy if I could have been in her place. Of course, some of Galarian's population died as a result of her experiment, and the Crusaders are still wrestling with the consequences to this day. But the very essence of what Aureliu managed to do was break through cosmic significance, both figuratively and literally. Sooner or later, the whirlwind will be closed, peace will return to Galarian. As for the victims of the ongoing war, they will be remembered as unfortunate but unavoidable sacrifices made at the altar of science. That's an interesting way to look at things, though I'm not sure the Crusaders would agree with you. Were we talking about something? I have to go. This conversation lasted approximately 5 minutes. By the way, did you know that the exact amount of time the Inquisitors Kennebrest need to find a defendant guilty? But to shake off Inquisitors chasing you takes 5 times as long. The experiment proved that running while clad in heavy armor is not burdensome for them at all.
Godspeed.
Amen. Alright, let's do some resting. I get it, but how could anyone involved with the half-cat, half-spider abomination who hates everybody, or do you think you were special? Wonder why I wasn't always like that. Well, she pretended not to be. You should already know this. Some people are capable of doing anything to survive. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be voiced or not. But, oh man, what's going on here now? Demons are attacking. Right? Yeah, get right on that. If I get right on that, I mean I'm just gonna go somewhere else and do some other stuff. Oh, looks like you guys are, like, busy. Good luck with all that. Anyway. Yeah, there's some junk lying around. Leave. Can't you defend the tavern without me? Take a look around. Oh my god, fine. It's annoying. I just want to go do the quests. Your best sword has been honed to a razor sharpness. She is on edge, evidence of the way she checks fastenings to her armor over and over. Thank you for coming to our aid. Ready yourself, the attack is imminent. Whatever deity you worship, offer a prayer to them now. We're going to need all the help we can, higher powers can offer. There's a whole horde of enemies on the way here, and they will attack from every direction. Also, please keep in mind, according to my sources, a master alchemist called Orthorubo has recently arrived in the city. He's a well-known character among demon worshippers. We don't expect him to show personally, but thanks to him, the cult has been able to prepare a whole cart full of incendiaries. They will try to burn the defender's heart to the ground. The arsonists are the main target. Keep an eye on them and take them down first. They'll burn the ground from under our feet. Situation. I'm primed and ready to defend this place. Is it time for me to rest before battle? I hope so. Restore your strength. You'll need it. Let's do it. Oh. Alright. We're gonna go with that. Except kill the arsonists. Right?
Do not waver.
So we need to kill the arsonists. Is it just these clowns? Like, it's just these guys we gotta... Okay, so let's see. What you can't do to... 1 point of damage, really?
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Okay, that's one down. There's a lot of dudes here.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Loud.
Too late for apologies.
I am 90% certain that Ember's voice is Lindsay from the previous game.
Attack!
You should have listened to reason.
Colossal waste. I should have just used the cantrip.
The light, take you!
There we go. Seal will put that clown down. Got any more jerks? Who's this joker? And why can't I attack him? At least Wiljeff has wheels.
You won't survive me.
Ah! Stupid. Passed her turn. Not sure where I want to be perfectly honest. Guess I can move over here. If I move over here, I think we can still. Guess not. Guess I was out of range.
Distract them from me.
And I got some positive things to say about Wiljeff. He's been delivering the goods. I'll draw a bead on any of these nerds.
Endure this! Did you see that?
I'll hit you!
I'll hit you is an amazing battle cry. I guess we're moving over here then. Oh, there we go. That was what we were missing. What she got? Okay, that wasn't all that rad, but it's better than nothing. All right, so we're gonna have to shore this up over here. It's getting a little dicey.
Time to share your treasures.
You guys are really not nearly as helpful as I would have liked.
Make every strike count!
Nice.
You are lacking.
how far out does that go? So if I go over here and do this.
We shall overcome.
Oh.
Do not hold back.
Well, I got him. Nice. I don't remember that.
Into the fray! The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Jeff's taking a bit of a problem.
Cover me, all right?
Okay, so this guy, oops, gotta turn the Y off.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
You won't stop us.
Why are you guys running away to fight this one nerd? Running past Wiljiff is a terrible idea.
Strike as one.
Tactical retreat! No?
Yes.
No glory without risk!
You won't survive.
Nice. Guess let's move her up a little bit.
Attack!
there someone to shoot at? Okay, so it looks like more crap's happening. So I can't do anything until I dispel this. Not sure if these were actual bad guys, but
Surrender or else!
We shall overcome. point of damage. Terrible.
Into the fray!
What's this thing? I think these are guys. No, there are some of the aren't guys. So they can't.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Man, this is a crappy fight. Especially when none of these guys want to help.
Make every strike count.
I'll hit you!
Do not hold back.
None of these guys are ours, right? Okay, so if we go over here. It's gonna hit them. That's so frustrating.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
You won't stop us.
That's literally it.
Strike as one. Attack!
No glory without risk!
You won't survive me.
Go.
Ah.
We shall overcome.
Somehow that didn't trigger a mirror image. Amazing.
Mistakes.
Into the fray!
Wow, these guards really took a beating, huh?
Endure this.
Does he got a better option here? Sure doesn't.
Surrender, or else!
What's he using right now? Two to 7. This is 2 to 9.
Do not hold back.
Okay, that stunned him. That's good.
I'll remove this obstacle.
god, come on.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Just keep spawning neophyte fighters until such time as we no longer have recourse. Fiendish Minotaur. Okay, so it's just a Minotaur, it's not something truly horrific, but I need to figure out where these arsonists are.
Strike.
No, I have not won yet. I am still slogging through this thing. These guys refuse to come out from behind that barricade.
Too late for apologies.
Strike as one.
Alright, well, let's see if Acid Splash is any better. Missed. Amazing. Right side, he's already taken his opportunity attack, so we can just move away.
No glory without risk.
Are there any other guys down here? I have this feeling there's another arsonist.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Nice. Embark and I think we're just out of commission right now. So the best thing she can do is go back to her bow. Maybe support with
I'll hit you.
oh, she got him. Amazingly. Oh wait, this guy's still
Attack.
nice. Alright, he's done so. So let's get moving over here. So, move her up a little bit. These guys are, I think, are just gonna run right past fence.
The light, take you!
You won't survive me.
Can she? Okay, I don't think she's gonna move up a little bit.
We shall overcome.
As well. Load on this guy. That's a little bit better.
The inheritor, guide my blade!
Let's see if we can put this guy down. There we go.
You won't stop us.
Nice. Some arsonists over here somewhere? It's out of range. Oh,
You should have listened to reason.
look.
Into the fray!
Nice. Alright, well, might as well move him over here. Grade 3 in 3 weeks. Hype is nearly uncontainable. You foreigners totally understand. I mean, goat. What's up, goat? Not waiting for Divinity Gate at all. Winning. Yeah, Baldur's Gate looks amazing. I am myself looking forward to it.
Do not hold back.
I am not a fan of this scimitar, I won't lie.
I'll remove this obstacle.
The light, take you!
just trying to figure out how many of these. And they just keep coming. Like, do I have to kill the arsonists before they finally stop? Like,
Make every strike count.
Surrender or else!
Strike as one.
I do like the stunning property on that scimitar, though. That is pretty rad. There we go. So all we had to do was kill the arsonists. Round 21. Yeah, I'm terrified. I looked at the panel from Hell and it looks amazing, and I don't have enough hours in the day to get lost down that rabbit hole. Victory kind of respites back and our teeth are sharp. Erebus is glowing with zeal and he raises her fist in triumph. Now we take the fight to them. What are our losses? Minimal. The battle wasn't easy, but thanks to you, we chewed them up and spat them out again. They thought they could break us, but they only bolstered our spirits. Will there be another attack? I doubt it. Demons aren't famed for their organization and will strike a blow at the Grey Garrison long before they root for a new assault. Congratulations on the victory. It wouldn't have been possible without you. That reminds me, you found this among the attackers' remains. This trophy rightly belongs to you. Nicely done. Now our goal is to rout the demons in the Grey Garrison just like we did here. Flail of Weakness. Alright, what is this tchotchke you have granted me? Whenever this wielder is +1 cold iron heavy flail confirms a critical hit with it, target offers a -1 penalty to attack rolls for 1 round. Why not? Oh wow, it's a two-hander. Yikes. Nopes. Nopes. Is that a simple weapon though? Or is that count as two-handed? Martial proficiency, yes. So no deal. That's too bad. All right. Okay. Yeah, Sword Jesus doesn't use a flail. Exactly. Alright. Let's rest. Begin resting.
Rich girl, my answer to the question you ask me every day is not going to change. I truly do not remember where I was born or how I came to be an Absalom. It was useless information that I prefer to forget.
You're hiding something, my friend. It's quite unbecoming. Let's share confidences. Here, I'll tell you my darkest secret. I am a glutton for chocolate. Now tell me yours.
Elchive hangs out in my bedroom. It's not appropriate, I would say. But I mean, she's probably 3 times older than I am, so not, mixed feelings. Alright, so we did autosave there, right? So now that I'm done cleaning up your mess for all you clowns, I absolutely despise Lorraine's writing, especially the toilet humor. Not fun of the folks' interaction with the environment either. So here's, but I might buy Baldur's Gate 3 in a couple of years if I have nothing better to do. I can't remember which one is Lorraine. Yeah, the Camilla is just so sketchy. All right, so quick review. of giving away 1 and 2. I played Baldur's Gate 2 to death. Absolutely smashed it to death. Alright, so where was I supposed to be going? Exit. Leave. Looks good. Apparently I forgot to do some stuff. Whoopsie. Yeah, I would love to buy it right away. I mean, the pre-order box was amazing too. That special edition thing, but like those collector's edition packages, they're just so hilariously overpriced. And I have to collect my control my FOMO urges. Alright, so apparently I still have to talk to somebody about a thing. Okay, let's try this again. Come over here to Earbeth. Found Janet Aldori like you asked. Yes, thank you. Good to have her back whenever Friday we can get. I suppose it's asking me most to want fighters that are sober as well. Tower of Vestard has been cleared of demons. Hey, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Great. The places the demons have gathered need to be cleared one by one. They won't be able to stab us in the back when we take the Great Garrison. Thank you for your service. Sword stones, what are they? I think we've done these already. Let's go. Alright.
Let us press on.
So that's good. Excuse me. We'll take all the experience we can get, right? Alright. Once again with enthusiasm. Accept. Talk to Horgus. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna do a quick thing here. I want to talk to... I didn't kill the person Thorn asked me to kill, because he didn't seem all that evil to me. So... yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, you could hit the journal, but it's like really clumsy, I find. Like, again, so you got errands and what have you. So, like, again... Okay, so apparently I got to talk to Horgus. But yeah, it would be nice to have that list while I'm functioning. So somewhere in here is Horgus. It'd also be nice if they put like a thing over their head so I could I have to talk to you to say anything. Tell me about your confrontation with the Spinner of Nightmares. Da-da-da, right at the Pathfinder site. Okay, great. Continue. Yes, gotta go. Gonna have to, like, keep my... There he is. Horgus Squirm. 1,000 gold, 1,000 gold coins for you as promised. Da da da. You helped me get back to the service. I duly paid for escorting my horse. Grum always keeps his word. Now, speaking of future cooperation, oversize you from eye to toe skeptically, but not without a modicum of respect. I didn't expect you to prove your mettle so well in the Battle of Defender's Heart. You really taught those swine a few good lessons. Perhaps you're up for a similar job. I have just one for you, and I promise the payment won't disappoint at the least. What do you mean, a job for someone like me? For an adventurer ready to sell their soul for booze and lie down drunk in the gutter, or do you think you're somehow different? A traveling knight, perhaps, noble of heart, but without a coin to your name? Orga sizes you up critically, then sighs and shrugs. You seem a reliable enough ally to me, and you did get me out of those mongrel caves, so why should I care about what you do with your money once you've got it? Orgus Grim succeeded perception check. Orgus seems like one of the people you think an entire world owes them something. However, you hear notes of hysteria underneath his smug arrogance, as though he's really quite nervous, but taking great pains to conceal it. Noble birth doesn't give you the right to behave badly. I would ask you to refrain from those statements in the future. Orgus puts his hands on his hips. Oh really, how impudent. No one dares tell Orgus Grim how to address the rabble. So what does this job involve? You shall be my bodyguard. You see, I have good reason to return to my mansion here in Canterbury. I still have, well, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. My mansion is a breathtaking building and a large garden in the wealthy part of the city. Even before the demons attacked, every thief and fraudster in the city had tried to get inside one way or another. I shudder to imagine the state it's in now. I have little hope that my guards were able to hold the mansion during the attack, and I expect the servants fled when they saw the demons. Only Abadar knows what's happened since. Therefore, I would ask you to meet me at my mansion and guard me there until I complete my business. I already asked the local paladins for help, but they have no desire to set a foot outside this tower, and damn cowards and traitors, that's what they are. Also, please do take Camilla with you. I trust the girl more than the rest of your gang. She is of noble birth, after all. What kind of reward are we talking about? That's about coins. Double reward, nothing. Nice. Deal. Cool. Marvelous, marvelous, most excellent. I'll present the match at once and wait for you there. Meanwhile, they needn't worry. I know the city like the back of my hand. Do hurry unless you want me to lower your reward. Alright. I had to talk to someone else, right? Was that the guy? Born. Where the heck was he? King guy, that's an unfortunate name. There he is. Alright, we'll just quick save it here. Let's go. Come on. I'm not sure why they give me a perception check that's like, not sure what my passive perception is, but it's probably bad. Wow. met Kailessa. Are you certain of your allegation that I am her mysterious travel and proven with absolute certainty? Because she doesn't serve the demons, of course she does. Attempt to put her to buy her life, she would stoop to the boldest and most egregious of lies. Whose word do you trust, hers or mine? I'll let her go. Your decision is regrettable. I'm afraid that doing so, you condemned her many future victims to death. I suppose just means that bringing this hunt to a close falls on my shoulder. I'd like to know more about you. Won't anything back. I don't know. Anyway. I really don't care quite enough to deal her. He doesn't. It's suspicious that he won't say what she did and that her guilt is proven, just that she's obviously guilty. So I'm like, all right, well, guilty of what exactly? Root. Give. Junk. Anything else over here? Alright, looks like we're gonna have to pick somebody to leave behind. I would really like Woljev. Actually, I kind of like all of them. I think truthfully, at this point, Ember is the least useful, so I will leave her behind. So we'll see. Taxi line. These things hide out. Okay, so I've got to actually figure out a way, I guess, across the thing. Worms Mansion. It'll take 3 hours to get there. That's crazy. Does. Ah, there you are at last. Certainly took your time. I thought perhaps you got lost in the way here. I was already regretting not drawing you a map. Okay. Let's try to see one's house in such a sorry state. Now I always had a few guards in my service, you know. Hope those blockheads died honorably, didn't simply flee at the first sign of danger. Boris returns to the corridor with a passive expression on his face. My manor, you see, contains several items that are of great value to me. I wish to retrieve them before they are discovered by my fellow citizens, who in the current chaos seem to have taken to thieving and marauding like ducks to water. So here's what I want you to do. Take a stroll through the house, peek into the rooms, and if you find anyone, kill them on the spot. That'll teach any other opportunists to stay away from Horcus Squirm's manor. While you're standing here by the entrance, I could clearly hear the sound of someone running around inside. My possessions of mine you find in there, you can keep. It's all good as lost to me anyway. When you're sure the house is empty, give me a signal from my study window. We have a torch around or something like that, if you can decide when you can get there. This should be good. It's always fun poking around a fancy manor. What are these valuable items that are worth risking your life by going back to the manor? Never you mind. I'm paying you to clear out the ruffians aside not to ask a question. Horace glares at you for a few seconds before dropping his gaze. In any case, you will learn that this is all just about as soon as you clear the way into my study, so restrain from curiosity from now. Are you not coming with me? The very notion. You think I hire guards to do my bidding just so I can put myself in danger along with them? No, no, no. I've taken care of my fair share of risk already. But all the same, you took the risk of coming here even though you were well aware of the danger. What is it that draws you here so strongly, like a moth to a flame? Camellia, that's enough. Oh, it seems to hit a sore spot. He quickly covers a smile and flips across her face. All right, I understand. She's so creepy. Wow. Well, get on with it, or are you waiting for a special order? I should await your signal. Fergus pauses, and good luck in there, I suppose. All right. So my formation is a poor quality. Yeah, let's do... I don't like these all that much. I prefer her up there. There we go. Honestly, I prefer her up here, actually, and then we'll have him just a bit behind. The other two can trail. There we go. Alright, so... what do you suppose is through this door? Ooh, stuff. That's just a dart. Stupid dart. Stupid dart is stupid. I mean, Buddy's got some nice digs, though. Props for that.
I hope you appreciate this.
Box filled with a variety of whips and floggers. Interesting. Set of collars of various sizes. This is deeply troubling. Ooh. Sickle. Sickle of Falter. Whenever this +1 sickle lands a hit on an enemy, the target must pass a reflex saving throw or become staggered for 1 round. Actually... well, she's got that rapier, right? But I guess... 2 of 7. It does have the good crits on it. So if I can find her a better weapon, that's probably... yeah, let's give it the sickle. Why not? Better to hit. Crits aren't that reliable. Chains, handcuffs, and shackles, a collection of rival of prisons. This is not looking at all great.
Hmm? You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Sword Jesus will move up to the door to see if there's anybody else here. Jeff will just move to the side. She's not really all that useful. Noah can also move up to the side.
Do not hold back.
Cover me, all right?
You won't survive me.
Nice. Easily handled. Nasty fish. Detoxifier. Nasty chicken. Ooh, recipe. Onion soup. Zutolores. Alright.
We march ahead.
Alright, so... see, this is what I signed up for.
That is quite a discovery.
Oh my lord. And I didn't quick save it. That is extremely frustrating.
Leads on.
Sophisticated instruments of torture, the purpose of some of them can only be guessed at. I'm getting the opinion that Horgus is a POS. So, anyway.
I will guide us. I will not falter.
So I'm gonna have to pop one of these. So, can't do much about that. At this stage of the game, disarming the traps is probably only a handful of XP anyways, so I'm not, you know, a random fight or two will probably be enough to handle that, but...
Are we in trouble yet? Yet another obstacle.
That was very dramatic. Is there somebody else in here? Oh, there's a guy. There's a guy over here. Let's see, I'll move up. Behind.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Oh,
I'll cut you wide open.
Strike as one.
scimitar, I'll take it. Scimitar. Again, these composite longbows and masterwork scimitars are oops.
I am helpful, am I not?
Oh, so that's just straight up what that is. Like, we're not. All right. Is he even wearing anything? No, he's not. Give that to her. She probably needs it more than he does. Oh, look at this. Color spray. Cool. Oh, what is this? A heavy blunt object was clearly used to try to break down the door. The lock is broken and the door cannot be opened. Look. Door of the garden is blocked. Opening it is currently impossible. Does that mean that it will in the future be possible? I'm just gonna wander around here and see if a passive perception check doesn't allow me to find something. Looks like no.
Did we find trouble? They did.
We'll delay him till turn.
You should have listened to reason.
Oh, well, she got him good.
Into the fray.
Attack!
Some of the jankier mechanics are still alive and well. Ooh. Good night.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Mind over muscle.
No glory without risk.
We shall overcome!
Sword Jesus don't play that. Take that. Dagger sucks. Scroll and remove paralysis, handy. Scroll doom and whirl apparently. So I get the feeling these are all collectibles. I like how Buddy just hands over whatever you find in the house. Just like, oh, it doesn't matter, take what you want. You're like, yeah, no. Alright, so that looks like... Yeah, that's the ground floor. Up to the second stage. Where am I at? The door is blocked by some unusual or magical means. There's no lock to be seen. Interesting. Alright. What's over here? What?
We march ahead.
Oops. There's some squirt up here.
You can handle them, right?
I love that he's got,
Make every strike count.
gonna move over here. She can't really do much until Nenio gets out of the way.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Do not hold back. You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
So, get her in there finally.
You're irrelevant.
Alright, take you!
Strike as one.
I made this fort save, that sucks.
Distract them for me.
Cool. Got some positive things to say about Woljif. Is this plumbed in? Like, again, I've got some questions. I like the screens, though.
Our path leads on. I'm all ears. You won't survive.
Save the last one for me.
Does she even have a swap?
You should
Hot
have
shot.
listened to reason.
Move up, Sword Jesus. Sela. Ah.
Endure.
Operane sentence. The spirits demand your blood.
Mind over muscle.
Attack! We shall overcome.
Into the fray!
Time to share your treasures.
Make every strike count.
Oh, those guys.
You are today's sacrifice.
You're irrelevant.
Do not hold back.
So I get the
The Inheritor.
feeling we might have been better off to do this fight right off the hop.
Cover me, all right?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Because it doesn't seem anything's all that terribly difficult. So, glaive.
I refuse to accept their statement.
Oof.
Stab you or zap you. Why not both?
Okay,
You should have listened to reason.
You won't survive me.
she's gonna have to swap to her weapons. What? Why? Why did she do that?
Go for their heart!
The light, take you!
Strike as one.
Distract them from me.
Mind over muscle.
I was gonna get rid of this jerk.
I'll cut you wide open!
Into the fray!
Oof. That's handy. Master of Kukris. Take it.
I found something.
I will guide us.
Ooh. Scroll of Stone Skin. Remove disease. Displacement. Nice. Let's go have a quick look at those. Don't got the quill on it. Oh, spoke too soon. Got the spell book. Spell book. Okay, no. Got the spell book. What is this? Summon smaller than one. Copy the spell book. Spell book. Spell book. Spell book. Copy spell book. Spell book. Alright. Cool.
Godspeed. Let us not hesitate.
That's enough. Yeah, I definitely get the impression we were supposed to like try this earlier.
Defeat is not an option.
I mean, it is an option.
I'll remove this obstacle.
F no.
Make every strike count. Attack!
The spirits demand your blood!
Time to share your treasures.
The inheritor, guide my blade!
You should have listened to reason.
Wow. Why the sneak attacks?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Is it just another one of these ridiculous scenarios where because she's flanked, she immediately counts as available for sneak attack?
You are today's sacrifice!
Cover me, all right?
I will help where I can.
What's on your mind? I wonder.
We will win this war.
That's a little rougher than I expected. Anyway, what did that say? Worm family secrets? Power twists and warps all who possess it. Once a person becomes accustomed to a special position in society, they develop a condescending attitude to others. This attitude remains even when society itself crumbles around them. Horgus Worm, a man blessed with noble birth and no small amount of superiority, has found himself in unusual circumstances. He persists in clinging to his riches and power, even as their value dwindles with every passing minute. Make sure the mansion is safe. Horgus has always relied on money rather than the blade to have solved his problems. In typical fashion, he has hired mercenaries to do his legwork while he remains at a safe distance waiting for their signal. All the enemies in the Grim Manor must be eliminated, then the signal can be given. The danger is past, and all you can do is signal Horgus from the window of his study.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Again.
I am helpful, am I not?
Counterfeit Derek Sunhammer's jewelry. Short bow of code. Interesting.
Let us press on. Can't hide from me. We march ahead.
It says door locked. Is there like a switch somewhere? Definitely got that. Occasionally there's like a light sconce or something that's got a switch on it.
I will guide us.
Okay, let's give Horgus the signal. It says locked. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if there was like a passive perception check or something that was gonna. Well, anyway. All right. Well, let's give Horgus the signal. See if that does something. Mansion is clear. You're alive. Fine work. Secret door remains unopened. Fantastic. I wasn't too late. Okay, so it was a plot point. If you follow me, family secret's about to be revealed. This is so thrilling. Okay, so he's over there, but that's what's over here. Look. Look.
I hope you appreciate this.
Plus blue plus one. Anything else down here? Okay, let's do a quick save here just to be sure, because this is usually where something goes horribly sideways. A happy family, Horgus, an unknown half-elf, and their dark-haired young daughter. The painting is captioned Horgus Worm, Iris, and Camellia. The painting depicts a thin blonde boy with sickly pale skin. The caption reads, Horgus Worm, 9 years of age. Anything else in here? Paintings are right where I left them. Very good. Horgus Gorm thanks you for your help. There's someone off about the paintings in front of you. The blonde-haired boy in the Gorm photos doesn't look like Horgus in the least. The family portrait depicts Horgus alongside an unknown half-elf woman and a little girl who bears a striking resemblance to Camellia. Who's that in the painting, Horgus? Ah, so you've noticed. It seems there's no point in hiding it anymore. Horgus is silent from humanness, then sighs and presses his lips into a hard line. You see, I have two secrets. Camellia is in fact my daughter, and I am not the real Horgus Gorm. You're not Horgus Gorm? My real name is Darian Witt. My parents were the servants of the real Gorms at their mansion in the eastern edge of Bendev. The Gorms were generous and noble, but short-sighted. They burned through most of their fortune on charity, then instead they would have taken better care of guarding the mansion. When I was 10 or so, I used to play in the garden with the royal Horgus Gorm. With the real Horgus Gorm, who was just my age. I have no idea where the demons came from. Horgus ran into the mansion. I bolted in the opposite direction. He was captured and killed, and I wasn't. Crusaders came from the nearest city to aid us, but I was the only one who survived. They asked me my name, and I said I was Horgus Gorm. That's the whole story. Such a heart-wrenching tale. It never fails to bring tears to my eyes. You're in no position to judge me, Camellia. Horgus' hands curl in the fist, but his voice sounds more tired than angry. You're right, I'm not. You're a scared child, and nothing but sympathy for you besides your lies didn't hurt it. Horgus seemed surprised if he'd been expecting a much stronger reaction. Never mind. I don't like to assure you that your claim about not hurting anyone is absolutely correct. The vast fortune of the Gorms had no rightful heirs. If there had been any heirs, I would most definitely have transferred ownership to them. You committed a crime, and since you have tried to atone, but let me guess, no matter how much good you do, the guilt stays with you. It's true. How do you know this? I also made a mistake as a child. Mine was much more serious than yours, indeed, and in consequences. Many years passed before I learned to be at peace with it, so I'm in no position to judge you. It's difficult for me to speak openly about secrets which I have kept all these years. I have been hostage with them my entire life, strange as that sounds. Camellia is your daughter? Yes, illegitimate, that is to say. Horgus' cheeks reddened. She resided in this house since birth. The staff thought she was a niece, or the daughter of a friend who died in the Crusades. I never disabused them of their notions. Her mother, Iris, was a half-elf of humble origin. She worked in the gardens here. I wanted to unite the Gorm family with another noble line. The Gorm name would not be permitted to mix with commoners, and thereby plunged it into insignificance. Iris did not protest, and we successfully hid our connection. And when Camellia was born, I did not claim her as my own. So as far as Mendev knows, Camellia is the daughter of the Gorm family's servant who died over 10 years ago. And therefore you start telling me what a terrible father I am. I want to tell you something. My daughter wanted for nothing. All her whims were fulfilled as quickly as they arose. I hired the best teachers and bought her the best books. She always ate well and had warm clothes. Isn't that what a parent does? You discovered my most terrible secret. Father cares so much about the Gorm name that he raised me in our mansion, hiding me away from the whole world. I'll always be grateful from afar for everything he's done for me, even if Mendev's society disapproves of some of his decisions. Would it be insolent of me to beg for your discretion regarding what you know about us? Let's keep your secret. Keeping secrets is easiest when you don't know them in the first place, or if you possess unique abilities to selectively forget information like me. What was I saying? Never mind. Keeping secrets is easier if you're dead. What's it like to live your whole life under someone else's name? When I was a boy, I used to hate Horgus. The condescension most of all, the pity on his face, the smile when he called me to join him in his game's difference, and our birthright wasn't fair. Envy clouded my mind. When the demons killed him and not me, and I thought it was a gift of fate, I seized my good fortune with both hands and never let go. When I told them my name was Horgus Gorm, the only heir to the vast fortune of the Gorm family, on that day, life was fair. Fortunately, it took me many years to see the generosity behind the condescension and feel the compassion behind the pity. I discovered far too late that Horgus was my friend, even if I didn't feel myself his. I never accepted the hand of friendship he offered until it was far too late. But now what can I do? I reveal the truth, reject the name, and allow it to sink into oblivion? Would my friend Horgus want this? Horgus shakes his head, tired. I bear the name of Horgus Gorm with the pride and dignity it deserves. A banner on a battlefield. I will multiply its merits. The Gorm family will not be forgotten. I still serve Horgus Gorm. What are you planning to do now? Well, first and foremost, I shall reward you handsomely for your help, and then I shall burn these portraits. I've kept them all this time out of misplaced sentiment, but they serve no purpose now. My ravaged home will likely be picked to the bone, and the secret room will be inevitably be discovered. I don't want these paintings to be seen by anyone else. Let's see. Well, you certainly earned your payment here. It's a pleasure doing business with you. We're just silent for a while. Camellia, can I can tell from your face that you enjoyed fighting the demons with this worthy party. I only ask one thing. Are you certain? Camellia doesn't answer, but looks at Horgus with a half smile lingering on her lips. Well then, clearly I can no longer keep you safe. Our house is destroyed, our servants scattered or dead. Horgus stares outside his daughter's face as though he was seeking the answer to an unasked question. Then he turns his attention to you. But now follow me. We'll make sure no one ever discovers the secrets of Horgus Quern. Alright then. And just do a quick lap around here just to make sure there wasn't anything missed. Alright. Storage frames and burned canvases, no one will ever know these paintings showed. Well, that's that then. Thank you for your help. Farewell and watch over Kamala.
Speed.
Again, I guess. Okay. Too bad there isn't a...
Let us press on.
better option, but I think we've done this. All right, where's the actual exit out of here? See, this over here bothers me too, but I think it's just because it's whatever. We might be coming back here though. Right, let's get out of here. Oh, look at that. Scythe. Okay, Ranger, just make sure we didn't miss anything. Alright. Looks good. Okay. So where was it we were trying to get to? Ray Garrison? Okay. Okay, so I can get to all these places. Yeah, just do that. Alright, so this is the random encounter to make up for the trap we didn't disarm. You know, you think Camellia would have known that that trap was there, since this is her house apparently.
I'll cheer you on from over there.
Oh, come on. There we go. Same thing.
No glory without risk.
Do not hold back. You won't survive me.
You're irrelevant. Go for their
Oh. Take these masterwork glaives.
We march ahead.
here.
Let's prove their logic is lacking.
Oh, there's another thing on the floor there. She's quick on her feet, I'll give her that.
Strike as one.
A lot of attacks.
Mind over muscle.
The light take you!
Endure this.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Attack.
Oh. Man, all kinds of stuff.
Our path leads on.
All right, can the Windsor learn things as well? Interesting. That's appropriate. What a splendid occasion, Count. And the new Nemerian elixir is quite something.
Retreat already?
I'll just go ahead and go to the end. So it's gonna need to make a break over here.
Make every strike count.
You should have listened to reason.
Noble. This is good, something.
We shall overcome.
Oh, at least I got rid of his opportunity attack.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Go. obstacle.
These people are not
Distract them from me.
doing all that great.
I'll cut you wide open.
Do not hold back.
The inheritor. Guide my blade.
Let's get rid of this thing first.
Drive me.
You're irrelevant.
Focus around, because there must be a way out somewhere. Okay, so let's just go ahead and rummage through some corpses. Looks like nobody has anything. Hold on. Check that just to be sure. Ooh. Dark Scimitar. Blood Vial, whatever that's for. Bardage. Decimation. Whenever this +1 Cold Iron Bardage confirms a critical hit, it deals an additional 1 point of Constitution damage. But I have no one who can make use of that.
It went splendidly.
Portrait of Gallifrey Mendev, ruler of the kingdom, founder of all crusades in the world. Okay. What's this say?
A success worthy of praise.
The intricate patterns on the harp depict the stars, the moon, and the butterflies, the hallmarks of the goddess Desna. Thank you, stranger. The young woman does not look the least bit scared. Her cheeks are flushed and her blue eyes are glittering. For saving us from the demons, for your timely entrance. I swear I don't know who has enraged me more today, the demons or the oh-so-affable master of this house. I'm a friend of Ilk's. He asked me to find you and protect you. 6-9 experience. Nice. The young woman clasps her hands together. Ilks is alive and he's made a brilliant new friend. It's a shame that it had to happen now when the city is under siege by demons and those pig-headed inquisitors are pursuing us instead of doing something useful. Where did they end up here? Holruin's hounds found me and Wallflower and they tried to capture us. I distracted them and I lost them in the streets before charming my way into this party. Even if the inquisitors saw where I went, they wouldn't have been allowed past the door. Holruin holds no sway among certain members of aristocracy, so I picked a good place to lie low. That is until the demon showed up. Shivers and wraps her arms around herself. Do you know where the third of the group is? Wallflower, no idea. If he knows about the demon attack, he won't just hide away, he'll go and try to help people. If he doesn't know, well, you have no chance of finding him. He's a pretty skilled mage, but I doubt he'll risk using magic. He'll probably do something the Inquisitors won't expect. Pose as someone, disguise himself. We had a great selection of masquerade costumes in the temple. She becomes lost in thought for a moment. I know. I'll tie my shawl around your arm. Wallflower gave it to me. You'll spot it right away and know if you're a friend. If I were you, I'd look for him in Kennebrus Market Square. Alright. Tell me about yourself. I'm a Ronk, a traveling bard and follower of Desna. Many of the fellow bards are rootless misfits who wander the world unwilling or unable to live a normal life. For me, that's only partly true. I have a wonderful family, my mother, my father, grandmother, and brother. Right now they're far away and I'm sure they miss me, but they've always supported me in my vocation and let me be my freedom to roam. Because they knew I couldn't be happy where there was so much of the world I hadn't explored and so many places where people might need help. What can you tell me about the master of the house? About the count, she drops to a voice. Her voice drops to a whisper. I wanted to smash Doug over his head about 5 times already today. He just brings that feeling out in people. It's one of his many talents. Other than that, well, you've probably already heard about the Arande family. All I can say is that the Count's servants flee this place like rats from a sinking ship. No one ever stays here long, even though he pays them extravagantly. I even heard one servant complain that he always feels uneasy in the Count's home, like someone's watching him. Unseen eyes staring at the back of his head, even if his back is to the wall, even if he turns around. I don't know if I believe all the tales, but I am just telling you what I've heard. Yeah, it's the word in the street too. The tiefling hunches his shoulder. This mansion, it's the tastiest morsel in the whole city, but all the thieves are afraid to even set foot in the street. Why did you decide to break into the Warstone and cast magic on it? You put your lives at risk. Your information could have been a trap set by the demons. But it wasn't a demon trap, says forcefully. Then her voice softens and her expression turns pensive. You know, living next to the whirlwind and seeing the powerlessness of the Crusaders, it's very hard. We've been trying to defeat the demons for 100 years now, and we have nothing to show for it. I think that Queen Galfrey and the other leaders think that we can defeat evil if we line up our soldiers in perfect columns and send them marching off into a stirring battle cry. We just need a few more soldiers, a little more discipline, but we've been marching for 100 years, and it's always one step forward, two steps back. And while the soldiers are marching, people like Holrune are seizing power behind their backs. His fanaticism and cruelty were forged in the same furnace as the Crusaders' righteousness. We will never defeat the demons if we are trying to march down this same path. We need to change tack. To challenge our principles, trust our hearts and our friends, and not moldering doctrines. We need to listen to an entity that is willing to help us. My friends and I listened, and we trusted, and we tried to change something. At least we tried, even though it didn't work out. Great idea. Marching in straight lines won't work. So let's attack the demons in a merry band of hopers and dreamers, brimming with enthusiasm and doing just whatever we feel like. When the demons see us coming, they'll dive hysterics, and our victory will be complete. Naive children, that's what you are. But I admit your words stir something in my soul. I wouldn't put you in charge of a military campaign, but I'd be proud to fight alongside you. Can you get somewhere safe on your own? It looks like the Inquisitors aren't busting down the door just yet, and they're not hiding under the bed, so I think I'm safe for now. I'll be fine on my own. I'll go to our temple to Ilks. The Inquisitors must have searched there by now. They won't go back a second time. To go. Good luck. May Destiny be with you, stranger. All right. Cool. So, before we go talk to the master of the house, let's go and rummage around through his stuff.
This is my kind of work.
Area exit. Okay, so there's a thing hidden over here. About the longbow. Still other don't care about that. Old Iron Masterwork Scimitar. Cool.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Alright. Do that.
I will guide us.
Here is Darren. He's got a picture.
Greetings, valiant stranger who has just burst into my life. I am the master of this house, Count Daron Kale, myriad mellifluous monikers Arunde. No need to introduce yourself. I find remembering insignificant details, such as the name of passing acquaintances, such a bore.
Wow. Bona fide blue bloods and unparalleled aristocracy. All this makes me itch to do something really crass. Ooh, like blow my nose on the curtains.
What are you waiting for, my squamous squire? The curtains in this room are velvet, but we have some excellent silk ones with gold thread elsewhere in the house. Take your pick. My soft furnishings are yours to do with as you wish. I'm quite sick of the place, truly. I shall either sell it or burn it to the ground and build a new mansion in its place.
Wow.
Now that we've finished with the niceties, tell me this. How did all those thrice-damned demons end up at my soiree? Canabris in ruins. Descari. Well, 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 and I was already lamenting the lack of excitement at my little banquet. Although it must have been tolerable enough if we didn't get notice of a great hulking demon attacking a dragon just outside the window. It seems as though Descari's occasion was altogether more of a crush than mine, if you will pardon the pun.
You seem very concerned about the city's fate.
I have no friends here whose untimely demise I would care to mourn. The only alarming thing is how easily all this happened. I don't care for the thought that demons could come calling at my door at any moment. And just think, everyone had so much faith in the ward stones gifted by Iomede's herald, and in the might of our tamed dragon, as if there had been no Dresden or a dozen other routes where the demons overcame every defense.
The Count falls silent and rubs his brow, looking fatigued.
The Arendes are one of the most ancient and noble families in Mendiv. They are related by blood to Queen Galfrey herself. The Count is the last remaining member of his dynasty. The rest all perished around 10 years ago, in the tragedy at the family seat, Heaven's Edge. The demons got past the defenses and massacred everyone inside.
I thank you for providing your friend with that helpful summary, my lady. I believe I've seen you before, with that hilarious buffoon Horgus Gwyrm. I sincerely hope you are not engaged in any kind of sordid arrangement with him. The thought of something so splendid in proximity to something so grotesque makes me feel quite ill. You deserve a better fate than that, no doubt.
Your civility knows no bounds, Count. I most assuredly do not have any arrangement with Master Gwyrm.
As Camellia speaks, hints of carefully suppressed irritation slip into her voice. What should I know about you, Count, apart from the fact that you're highborn and very
As a
rich?
child, I had my very own pony, but I always dreamed of having a lamb. I was never allowed one. Sheep were seen as peasant animals, utterly unsuitable for the scion of a noble line. The trauma haunts me to this day. I think of it every time I have roast lamb for dinner. I'm sorry if I failed to sate your curiosity. I loathe talking about myself to people I don't know, even more to those I do know. The only thing worth knowing, aside from the fact that I am highborn and filthy rich, is that I dislike Puritans and demons in equal measure. Well, perhaps demons a tad more.
I have a little gratitude for saying it.
Of course, where are my manners? There. You can also poke about the house and claim whatever takes your fancy. Though I imagine some of you already had that in mind.
I'm feeling very attacked right now.
Well played. You can go to the Defender's Heart. It's under the protection of Irabeth, Tirablade, and the Eagle
I
Watch.
thank you for the invitation, but I am not quite as desperate as I may seem. At times, it is better to be surrounded by the repugnant mugs of demons than the sour and dour physiognomies of Iomede's righteous paladins.
What about my physiognomy? Sour enough for his lordship? Don't worry, another few minutes with the dazzling Count here, and it'll sour like week-old milk.
What's this? An attractive paladin with a sense of humor? You're a veritable walking scandal. Either way, my mansion is now safe. I have a pair of half-decent guards. I just need to drag them out of the storeroom and bring them to their senses. I ordered them to drink a love potion, you see? For reasons which seemed extremely witty at the time and in the state of inebriation I then found myself in. They can guard the house while the valorous paladins beat back the demon assault. They will beat them back, yes? As regards myself, I feel like stretching my legs. I know rudimentary divine spells, I am no friend to demons, and I elevate any society that I deign to grace with my presence. I shall accompany you, only for a short time, of course. I have no desire to remain at the vanguard for a protracted period. What say you, my ephemeral but highly diverting acquaintance? After all, Lord Descari spoiled my party. I now burn with the desire to spoil his.
Thoughts?
I don't like this guy much at all. Not even because of his personality, but just... I sense something dark about him.
I guess thumping him one next time he comes out with more aristocratic witterings is not allowed? All the more reason to take him with us. If we don't kill him, the demons surely will.
Don't ask me. Having him tag along would be like going for a nighttime stroll through the back alleys with a diamond tiara on your head. Even I don't like that kind of attention.
The Count's presence can only benefit us. I think we should say yes.
What? You're asking about whether to take this boy with you? The question lies outside the bounds of my interest. By the way, did you know that the young scions of noble families often sponsor the research of young scientists? What laudable passion for knowledge. True, the size of their donations bears a direct correlation to the hazardousness of the experiment being conducted.
Deal.
Good acquaintances that begin and end at just the right moment often leave the most pleasant memories. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Smell you later. Okay. So what is this guy? He's an oracle? Back. Hold on, let's have this. Okay, that's the... What does this even mean? It doesn't give me a... For some reason, yeah, it doesn't want to give me a... Cancel. Alright, well, whatever. Next. I guess he's a charisma-based... Alright. What do you want to tell me about this? Anything? What is that? Though the gods work through many agents, perhaps none are more mysterious than oracles. These divine vessels are granted powers without their choice, selected by providence to wield powers that they do not fully understand. Unlike clerics who draw their magic through devotion to a deity, oracles garner strength and power from many sources, namely those patron deities who support their ideals. Instead of worshipping a single source, oracles tend to venerate all the gods that share their beliefs. While some see these powers of the oracle as a gift, others see them as a curse, changing the life of the chosen in unforeseen ways. So it's kind of like a favored soul, I guess. What's his... Neutral evil, huh? Interesting. Alright. I don't know what an oracle is good for, to be perfectly honest.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
He does have second level spells, so I'll take that. Exit. Okay. Said divine, yeah. And yet another low strength. Was he low strength? Oh, dear lord. Brutal. Alright, so... Winning? I don't know. Two past solutions. Alright, so let's go back to this market square. Let's see if we can't find... What's his face? Enter? Seems to be that there's a lot more questionable people around. Now, where do you suppose we should go looking for whoever it is? Let's go here for a moment. Whole rune. Person's sword blade is sort of a dismayed Raimi. I've got you now, traitor. I've tolerated heresy for too long. Ah, balls. This is mindless brutality and lawlessness. I'm protecting the city and my dealings with the gods have nothing to do with you or anyone else. Who now, Terribly? That upstart warden of the city, and I'm supposed I'm already written off for dead. This isn't sedition, it's outright insurrection. I am loath to abandon my watch, but I don't turn a blind eye to such a blatant usurpation of power. In the hope of defeating the enemy if there's no disorder within the ranks. I'm going over there right now. I need to see what Irabeth is up to. Well, that sucked. So, like, hold on. Can I go back to my road? So we don't want to go to the tower. So the tower is a no-go. Down here somewhere. What's going on? Rats. Okay. I don't know what he's doing, but
Out of my sight!
You should have listened to reason.
she just like really just didn't want to go fight the rats.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Is there something else we're supposed to be fighting here? Or?
Into the fray!
You won't survive me.
Do not hold back. I will see to your demise.
Cards laden with possession looted from the surrounding houses. Alright, so let's see if there's something down here we can get to. Oh yeah, speaking of which, you gave me that. Did you not give me that ring or whatever? Is that like a special item? And that is annoying. What can he wear? Nope. Can use for a weapon. Anything? Alright, I might as well have that. Did not say that it would give us the Grande ring or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, but okay. Okay, that's the edge of the world. Oh, look at this. Eyes of a young lad peer over from under the massive helmet. His proximity is obviously the garment is ill-fitting and mismatched, and the helmet specifically is either very poorly made or a theater prop. Pardon me, I saw this shot. Does that mean you're friends with the Ronkas? And I was saying, of course it does. So... Man speech is interrupted by rival new cast of characters. People in the rooms of Yomidi's Inquisitors appear from all sides surrounding him. At thrall of the Temple of Desna, you are under arrest for suspicion of treason and aiding the demons. You have 1 minute to quietly drag your feet and will count you as an attempt to resist justice. A whole rune appears from behind the people, and there's the traitor who almost corrupted the war zone with his magic. You didn't think the disorder and demonic presence in the city would distract us from pursuing traitors, did you? You're torturing this poor boy for nothing. I can't stand for this. You bear the gift of heaven. You're taking the side of the Lincoln Conspirator. Requires Angel Mythic Path. Heaven knows not only righteous anger, but mercy as well. The Inquisitor gazes at the light, not even blinking. His face reveals a desperate inner struggle. At last, he rubs his temples. I do not know why you're standing in the way of justice, but I do not wish to start a spat between the goddess righteous warriors in this hour of peril. Let the Desnan riffraff go wherever he likes, just as long as it's out of my sight. When we liberate the city from the demons, I will see to that every one of these remains runs and everyone like him will be driven out of Canabras. Come faithful, we have no further business here. The young man lets out a sigh of relief as he watches the Inquisitors go. That is just blatantly unfair. We tried to protect the city from demons. Instead of helping us, we hunted by the Inquisitors. That whole room will be the death of us all, and there's nothing we can do about it. Anyway, thank you. I've been done for without you. The Inquisition has gone too far. I'm glad I didn't let him take you. That's it. I don't believe it's... I'll get a fair hearing from Holrun. If it wasn't for you, I'd have been tortured and put to death. But even so, I have my regrets. I think we went too far trying to break into the war zone, and we didn't even save anyone. Chin up, pal. Now you screwed up royally, no doubt, but you meant well, didn't you? Holrun was trying to do the same thing as you, but he killed a whole lot of people while doing it. Is this some kind of competition to find the most useless crusader? And have you appointed yourself the judge, have you? The most useless crusader contest? I think you mean the whole damn history of the Crusades. And the judge, it ain't me, it's the Scari. If you care to take a look around, it's already announced the results. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go to the Temple of Desna. I want to be alone with the goddess and reflect on all that has happened. Alright. So that seems like it's a good place. I need to quick save it. 69 experience, nice.
We march ahead.
Okay, hold on a sec. Where is the Temple of Desna? I think we can get this way. I don't want to go past it in case... No, stop. Man, that is really, really aggravating. Let's go here. Nope, that's apparently not it either. Gotta do the athletics.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
The light, take you!
Okay, it's one swarm.
Precision and grace.
You're irrelevant.
Endure this!
Okay. So yeah, if they have to pass a any kind of a check, they just go around it.
Stand with me.
Word.
Make every strike count.
I'll make short work of this.
Oh yeah, he's super weak too. Ugh. That's a problem. Go the long way out of the way to avoid work. Sounds about right. It's not even that, it's I just don't want to trigger that other interaction. If at all possible.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
These ghouls are not nearly the threat I thought they were.
Out of my sight.
Mind over muscle.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Strike is one. You won't survive me.
Okay, looks good so far. Actually, you know what? Let's go here. Except this button doesn't matter. Let's go here then.
Godspeed.
Okay. Ilks, Aranka, and Thrall sit side by side like sparrows on a tree branch. They seem happy despite the chaos going on around. Isn't our rescue? It's good that you've come to sit with us. I visit you're all fine, but there's still much work to be done in the city. Stop for a minute, won't hurt. The adepts share conspiratorial luck. We decided to give you a gift, a special gift, one that should never share with anyone except for a person who risked his life for ours. We didn't just take a stand against evil, but against injustice and under the guise of law. Our gift is a song. We call it the Starward Gaze, and it came to us from the true servants of Desna through her domain in Elysium. This song can gift the soul with renewed vitality. Just listen. Do I get a gift? Okay. Do I get a gift? Can I swap my song for something else? Say cash or even a snack of some kind? Paying no attention to Wildrift's chatter, the young woman continues to sing. For your soul, sing with us. I want to make sure you remember the song. It will be useful for you in your future. Sure. Okay. When the music stops, Colin finds himself in a place that looks something like the ruins of Kennebrest. It all happens in the space of a blink. He closes his eyes to the world and reopens them in another one entirely. A delicate twilight envelops this new world, with streaks of moonlight breaking through the gloom. Mr. Collins is standing in a shallow stream of murmuring water deep in a forest. There's no one else around. Garlands of unfamiliar climbing plants twine around the trunks of gigantic trees, and dangling from the branches are vines woven into what look like remarkably like swings. A carpet of fragrant grasses spreads out in the tree's roots, with islands of phosphorescent moss and lichen dotted here and there. Small, smooth stones with strange mirrored surface are scattered across the stream bed in which Mr. Collins is standing. The stones cast the light shining down from the heavens, making them gleam silver and making the ordinary book look like a stream of darkness, carrying a sprinkling of stars through the night. Mr. Collins is sure that he has never been to this place before, and yet it feels so familiar. If this is the manifestation, not of dreams or fantasies, but of what special way of looking at the world that only children possess. When a glint of light reflected off a piece of glass becomes a fallen star, when an oddly shaped stone can be a remarkable artifact, and when every shadow or twist of path promises mystery or incredible adventure, a single glance into the forest stream brings this feeling rushing back. Realizing this, Misha Collins... Sword Jesus is tripping again. Yeah, pretty much. And hurriedly makes his way along the stream bed, taking in his surroundings. The whimsically twisting stream runs through the silent forest, and Misha Collins unhurriedly strolls along it. This place evokes a strange feeling of not calm, no, in fact, quite the opposite, a feeling of restlessness and anticipation of incredible discoveries or unexpected encounters. Or then again, perhaps it's not the place at all, but the eternal hunger, the craving for new experiences which dwells within many mortal hearts. Speculation aside, just as Misha Collins rounds the next bend, an unexpected encounter does indeed take place. They come closer, not attempting to hide, stepping lightly on their mossy carpet, leaping from branch to branch or flitting through the air. The creatures are thoroughly bizarre, as though they were deliberately conceived to try the sanity of every taxonomist on the planet. One has the fluttering wings of a butterfly on its back, another has the tails of a dozen different animals, while a third boasts tresses of streaming water, hooves instead of feet, and springy clover growing all over its skin. "We have visitor," exclaims one of the strange creatures. And immediately runs along the stream, sending up moonlight silvered splashes with every step. Where am I? Don't you know where you are? Asked the creature in amazement. There are plains of breathtaking beauty and plains of astonishing wonders, but only Elysium is woven from the craving for beauty, from the belief in wonders. That is where you are, in the most peaceful, most wonderful corner of the plain of boundless freedom. Elysium is a plain of outer spheres that represents the ultimate expression of wild freedom and compassion. Where are you? Don't you know where you are? Da-da. We are Azatas. Azatas are a race of benevolent celestials native to the plane of Elysium. Azatas are champions of freedom and goodness, and choose to travel the plains hoping creatures in need and battling evil. Azatas do not believe that evil can be completely destroyed by methodical campaigns, instead of devoting themselves to showing up where they are needed most, doing the best to help, then promptly leaving. Even though some think of Azatas as the most elf-like of the celestial races, many of them have animal, elemental, or even stranger features and body parts. Many take whimsical forms, resembling good fae with whom they are sometimes associated. One of the creatures carelessly swinging from the branches of a tree. This forest is our home for today. Tomorrow our home could be a lake or 100 leagues to the south, or an underground cave in an azure ocean, or a castle of clouds that scatters in the dawn breeze. How did I get here? We don't know how you came to be here, says the creature with a dozen tails, smiling. Mortals rarely come to Elysium during their lifetime. But here you are, which means that something must have brought you, something in your soul. If your soul did not harbor even the slightest spark of freedom, yearning, and compassion, you would never have found your way here. Now that you know the answers, tell us, what do you want? None of your business, freaks. I have to go back, they need me there. The creature with the butterfly wings, who has hitherto remained silent, gives the visitor a serious look and nods to itself. I smell the burning blood and tears of the place you have come from. It clings to you. It is right that you don't wish to turn your back on suffering of those you left behind. None of us children of Elysium would do such a thing. Go back, be a bulwark against evil and strife. Your path is true. Would you like to take something from this place as a memento? The question hangs in the air, and although the words that Misha Collins utters next are merely words, not a spell or a military command, they seem to have equal bearing on destiny and life. Good. Requires... Does I really want to? Am I not on the angel mythic path? I don't need this. Farewell, whatever path you may life's not here close. I had a vision I was in Elysium when the Azada spoke to me. But I didn't want to accept their gift. Why? Stop you from going off on another pious sermon. Refusing a gift is also an expression of freedom. If he doesn't want it, he doesn't want it. He has his own path. Because I'm on the Angel Mythic path, and I'm not sure if that would maybe change. We have ours. We have much to think about. Friends, goodbye, friend, and please accept our thanks. There we go. Alright. So that's all done. Because again, that's like pure chaotic good, and I'm a paladin, so that's not gonna jive.
Let us press on.
Can I jump across here? Is there a... Okay. Can I just get around over here?
We march ahead.
This is where I met the crazy servant that told me to go to find Darren.
Our path leads on.
Alright, so let's quick save it here. Continue. I saved right before this. Let's attack him. Old man turns towards his voice, trying the sword with me. As far as to what is this? More traitors, cultists, spies? Kill them! Kill them all!
No glory without risk.
Aboran exentes. Aboran exentes.
Endure this!
Cover me, all right?
Attack! We shall overcome.
The light take you.
This guy's got some, he's got some, hit points on him, huh?
See to your demise.
Make every strike count.
Stab you or zap you? Why not?
Do not hold back.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Precision and
Amranda gratior.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Times are hard, but we cannot give up. What other tidings do you bring? I don't want to believe the Cannabis has fallen and everyone is dead and that there is no light. left to bite. Please tell me, are the pockets of justice left in the city, or the place where I can be of use? You prepared to risk your neck, Ramia, and for what? For the plague-ridden masses? When you could have asked my aid and spent your days in comfort by my little pleasure nest, I would have helped out of solidarity for a fellow Aasimar, and to relive that one summer's eve. Smiles wistfully. Darren, the priest seems to only notice your companion. You're traveling with unexpected company, but to answer your question, I never considered trying to save myself. I wanted to help the people of the city. I refused to idly wait out the storm just to amuse you, not even for the sake of one summer's eve. Oh well, no great loss. In Holrun, the poor wretch spends his whole life battling demons, but he dies because of one man with pretty blonde curls. That's must sting. I truly grieve for him. I pity to see his solely as an occasion for mockery count. I found and rescued your 3 adepts. He has already reached me. I'm deeply grateful. Now my heart can rest easy knowing they're safe. Your Beth Tearblade of the Eagle Watch is gathering survivors at Defender's Heart Tavern. You would be very useful there. Coming to Tearblade, I do not know her personally, but her wife, Nevia, is a regular worshiper at our temple. We're glad to aid them in this fight. Go. Thank you for listening to me and defending me. I will now go to the Defender's Heart. I hope to see you there. May Desna keep you. There we go. What do you got on you, douchebag? Wait. A shield. Long sword of right. Cool. Quad-Master longsword. I'm gonna take another one of these shields just because they match. Because I'm rolling a bucket right now. So we'll take one of these. That's a little better. That's more like it. There's some better armor. Okay, and then let's see, where's that weapon? Long sword of right. Let's just go with that for now. Anyway, all right. So we couldn't convince
I will guide us.
what's his face, but dude was a POS, so whatever. Where are you supposed to? Closest area exit, I guess, is over here. Here of note. What's this? Let's leave. All right. Guess we're going back to Defender's Heart. That was a curiosity. Oh, he is an Aasimar. That's interesting. Alright. Anything to say to me? Thank you for saving the esteemed citizens of Canterbury. Even though not all of them deserve to be saved, may oh my day forgive my words. Erebus cast a million from clan at Count Ronde, surrounded by nearby table. Don't really mean that, of course. It just never failed to be astounded by the way the good people seem to perish while the not so good proved to be incredibly, amazingly enduring. What's your problem with Darren? Is there bad blood between you two? Oh, nothing like that. I think he dislikes all paladins equally, but the real question is, who does he like? Like his hangers-on, I'd wager. The Count has a certain reputation in Mendev. He's not a pleasant individual by any means, but he's not known for any particular villainy either. The Count enjoys a life of leisure, surrounded by a gaggle of sycophants who are always eager to badmouth the Queen at his command. It's like he likes settling scores, too. There was a hero of the First Crusades, Sir Lant, a kind and honest man. After the end of the glorious career as a soldier, he became a wise mentor to the younger generation. He ran afoul of the Count somehow, perhaps by lecturing him about his idle lifestyle and lack of purpose. When Sir Lant died, the Count managed to buy a portion of his estate and ordered the knight's helmet to be reforged into a chamber pot. And of course, he couldn't keep his little joke private. The Queen was particularly affronted by it because Sir Lant used to be her most loyal comrade in arms. I was there receiving an assignment from Her Majesty and witnessed the exact moment she found out about the helmet's fate. It's a small thing, but I could see the Queen's anguish and the travesty had been made of her friend's legacy. As our Count is like as a person. As for his talent for survival, do you see the story of Heaven's Edge? He was the only member of his family to escape with his life while the demons unleashed a magical plague at the Aronde estate. Could you tell me more about the events at Heaven's Edge? I don't know all the details. It happened a while ago, back when I was a mercenary and had nothing to do with Canterbury. I only know that there was a grand feast in honor of Darren's birthday, and all his relatives were invited along with a few other distinguished guests. Everyone died from a mysterious disease someone had unleashed on the estate, including the servants, the guards, and a number of clerics and paladins. But the young Count survived, because of his healing ability, I suppose. Darren does possess an unusually brilliant talent, even if the application of his skills leave much to be desired. Why is he trying to provoke the Queen? Who knows? It could be some family matter. The Count is Her Majesty's cousin twice removed or something like that, but I think he simply enjoys infuriating people, Crusaders and Iobade's servants especially. Thank you for telling me this. Let's go. Is he sitting at a table somewhere? I don't even see him. Yeah, let's see the... There he is. Over in the corner. The Defender started as a splendid choice for the Crusades outpost. The very sight of these walls bring back fond memories of drinks and revels. The drinks were really good, by the way. I should go. Okay. So what I'm gonna do... Let's see what we got here that I can dump off. Actually, honestly, I should just get rid of these. I don't know that I'm ever gonna need those again. Yeah. Book selling deal. Get those out of here. And hold on to that. Master Glaives can go. Master Crusades can go. Master Kukris can go. Abrupt Force. Okay, that's the one way. This can go. There can go. Hold on to this, because I might need that later. Punching Dagger can go. Got 3 of these, huh? Alright, so I can get rid of those 3 of those. Rapier, Golden Greatsword. Sure, go and get rid of that. Deal. Alright, and good. Okay, looks like nah. Not quite enough. Okay. Alright. was I looking at here? Oh man, we are so close, like 260 away from the next level. So I'm gonna rest. Begin resting.
I know you're a paladin and all, but just hear me out. We go into a tavern, you challenge the local champion to a drinking match, and I'll work my magic on the crowd to make them all bet on him. We'll split the takings 50-50. How about it?
Drinking is fun, not work. I can't take money for that.
There you go. Wait, what? The demons were killed recently, no doubt about it, but it's not clear if it happened here and the bodies were brought here from elsewhere. What am I even looking at here? Why did you put demon corpses in my bedroom? Oh, I guess Ember just kind of moseys around the place. Thanks for leaving demon bodies here, I guess. Alright, so I am going to call it good here. We're at 3 hours plus. So I would like to thank everybody who stopped by to see me today. I will be back again bright and early tomorrow morning at 0930 hours. That is 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you there. If not, then I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope that wherever you are safe. And we will talk to you all again soon.